All right, what is happening, you guys? Looks like I am live. It has been a few days since I have been able to do this. So, first of all, if you guys are tuning in on this, I really appreciate you. Couple things that I do have to ask of you before I give you a shit ton of value. This one's going to be super important today. First thing would be that if you are watching this live, please go ahead and comment live in the comments. I won't be able to see them right away, but the purpose of that is so that other people will get notified that there's a live going on, and hopefully we can have some more people join in here and get some more value from this as we do it live. If you are watching this as a replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments as well. That will do the same thing, and it will also bump it to the top of the feed so we can get this in front of more people. Again, because today there's going to be a lot of value being shared in this training that we're going to be doing today. So one of the biggest struggles that I know that most of you guys are dealing with is going to be based around aligning your content, right, with your actual ideal clientele, your customers, your ideal audience is what we can call them. So basically what happens, and I hear this a lot, is like, I'm getting shadow banned, or I'm having issues of not getting good engagement on my social media. Okay, so the caveat here is that, yes, many of you guys are getting banned, or there's somebody in your friends list or your feed or whatever that is actually reporting you on a regular basis. So like if you're actually getting banned on a regular basis, what I would do is weed out your friends list. Like that would just be something simple that's really not necessarily super related to what we're going to cover today, but weed out your friends list. I mean, if there's people on there that are not going to be into what you're posting, you need to remove those people, because if they're reporting every post that you're posting, you're going to get hit every single time. You're going to get a strike, and eventually they'll kick you off of Facebook, and then you'll have to have like a secret account set up. But what we're going to be covering today is more along the lines of you guys that are posting on social media on a regular basis and getting shitty engagement, and it's maybe getting worse, and you don't have a solid system put into place like we put together with our business. And what I mean by that is like what we do for clients, right? So we put together systems that generate sales and traffic without you necessarily having to post on social media all the time, but it does help, right? So the reason for me doing this today is there's many of you guys out there that are just really struggling with posting on social media, and the number one reason that I see this issue is because you guys are not posting content that is connected to your ideal audience. You guys are posting things that don't resonate with people. And maybe this video training can kind of help you connect a few dots that can maybe help you put out some better content, get more engagement, show up in front of more people, get more traffic to your website, and complete more sales for you, right? So we're going to go ahead and dig into what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and it might take me a second because I have a million things open. So we're going to start here, right? Who is your ideal audience? Many of you guys, I know that if I ask you this question, like in a one-on-one, most of you are not going to know who your ideal audience is. That's okay, right? It took me a really long time to really dial in like who my ideal audience was. And just for you guys that are watching, listening, and understanding, like my ideal audience is generally people who have an FFL, who have a brick and mortar, who have, maybe one or at least a few employees, and are doing at least 10K a month, right? That's like kind of bottom line, right? I generally like to shoot for higher than that. And the reason that is my ideal audience is because those are the people that I am best set up with to serve and get them the best results possible with our products and services that we offer. Now, for you guys that are watching this, that does not mean that you guys are like not welcome or anything like that. That simply means that like I'm doing these videos here to help you guys get to that point so that down the road we can potentially work together, right? That's not my only reason for doing that, but complete fucking transparency here. Like I'm here to help you guys make money. And then in turn, like some of you guys are probably going to work with us down the road, which is going to help me make money, right? That's just how it fucking works. Like we need to be real about what we're doing here with marketing and sales, right? Many of us are scared to talk about sales. We're scared to ask for a sale and things like that. That's bullshit. Your fucking family and yourself is supported by what you do. And if you're not if you don't have the balls or the lady balls enough to fucking ask for a sale, then like, dude, just shut the business down right now, because that is what it's all about. I hope that makes sense. But let's dig in, right? In order to actually ask for a sale or anything like that to get sales, you need to identify who your ideal audience actually is, right? And so an example of this, let me go to this other screen here. So what I did was I typed in customer avatar profile template. This might be too many words. You could probably just do like customer avatar template or whatever. It doesn't matter. But go into images, right? And if we go in here and we look at some of these, like I don't have any of these to give you that are mine, right? So these are going to be ones that we're going to steal from other people, like Einstein Marketer here. This is a whole page on it, so maybe check out this page, right? But the idea behind this, right, is that there's going to be a specific person out there. Maybe you've worked with somebody in the past before, like you can think and you're like, my favorite customer is John, right? John Smith, or Jane Doe, or whatever, whoever it is, right? But you can think of this person, and it's because maybe they came in, they were super cool to talk to, they maybe they joked around with you, maybe they purchased from you online, maybe they emailed you and left you a review, but maybe they've just been kick-ass. They're the best person to work with, and you would love to, like, if your business could only serve John Smiths on a regular basis, like you would be the happiest person in the world by only working with John Smith and Jane Doe's, right? So if we think about that, what we want to do is we actually want to align our whole sales funnel system around optimizing for John Smith and Jane Doe. What I mean by that is, so let's say that, let's actually look at, I hate how Google does this. Like I don't know how to blow this up for you guys. It just sits over here on the right-hand side of the screen. It's really hard to see. And then if I click this, it takes me here. So let me do this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Let's do this. Gosh, it keeps pushing the wrong button. Sorry. Open image in a new tab, right? So this is going to have the image by itself. I guess that's the best I could do. That's actually what I wanted to do. So what you should do, I don't want to say you should, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. What has really helped me was putting together a customer avatar sheet, right? And actually learning and knowing everything about John Smith and Jane Doe, right? Down here, there's even like books and shit. Like most people don't even read books anymore, but still, like where do they live? What kind of car do they drive? Are they married? Do they have kids? What do they do on the weekends? Where do they work? What kind of, like for you guys, obviously being in the firearms industry, like what are they into? Are they into like precision long range shooting? Are they into hunting? Are they into tactical stuff? Are they into 3-gun? Are they very techie? Do they work on their own guns? Do they have you work on their guns? Do they buy nice shit? Like, are they running Elcan and ACOGs and all this stuff on their gear? Are they into thermal stuff? Like, figure out exactly who this person is, and really, like, literally, you can do something as simple as putting together a note sheet. I'm going to try and bring this over from my other screen. But you could even do something as simple as like putting together notes on who this person is. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to find it. I might not be able to find this right now because I have a lot of notes over here. But what I was going to try to show you guys is that, oh, okay, here we go. So I'm going to show this to you, right? So this is something that I actually put together in conjunction with like playing with Chat GPT, for you guys that are familiar with that. This is just a persona that I put together, right? And so this is like literally an example of like what my ideal client would be, right? Bob, the gun shop owner, their demographic, they're 45 to 55, they're male and or female. I haven't adjusted that. It doesn't matter, right? This is their income, right? It could be more, it could be less, right? So this is kind of just like a basic one that I put together, and I haven't really optimized 100%. This stuff to me doesn't necessarily matter as much as this stuff right here. What do they value? safety, tradition, independence, right? What do they like to do on the weekends? They like to hunt, shoot, outdoor activities, right? Spend time with family. This is a huge one, right? So one of the things that I know, and I've actually seen proof of it, is that people that work with us on a regular basis with my company FFL Funnels make more money and get to spend more time with their family. We also help teach them how to delegate and offload some of these tasks that they're not working 24/7, right? So to me, I can connect my marketing with this right here, right? I say, hey, do you guys want to fucking spend more time with your family, right? Like, that's why we all do this. Many of you guys are like, I love the grind. I love to, work on guns all day. Yeah, that's cool. But like, dude, you guys have families, you have friends, like you like to shoot and fish and hunt and do things outdoors. Like, you can't just be in the shop working on guns all day. Actually, you can, but like, dude, there's more to life than that, for real. So this is something that I recommend putting together. Like, what are their goals? What do they hope to achieve, right? Grow the business, improve sales and profits, establish a reputation as a trusted source, right? Here's some of the challenges, right? Limited online presence, difficulty attracting new customers, competition from larger chain stores. Like, most of you guys are probably looking at these challenges and saying, like, I'm having these exact challenges, right? Obstacles, like, what are the things that get in the way? What are the things that are preventing them from having what they want, right? Which would be this here. They're hoping to achieve this, but this is the stuff that's standing in the way, right? Lack of time and resources to develop a website and a marketing strategy, limited knowledge of online marketing and SEO, right? So this is something that I use, and I'm completely cool sharing it with you guys, because like I said, I have nothing to fucking hide here. Like, this is full transparency, right? This is what I use so that I can connect in my marketing to more of you guys and help you achieve the results that you're after. You guys can actually do the exact same by figuring out who it is that you would like to be working with on a regular basis and optimizing your marketing and even your website. Like, what photos should be on your website? If you are looking for people that value family and things like that and tradition, make sure to include a photo of you and your family on your website in the About Us. In your About Us, tell stories about how you like to do things outdoors on the weekend. You like riding horses or shooting guns or fishing or whatever it is, right? Blowing shit up. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. But this whole ecosystem of all the, these little spider things that all go out in different directions, they all connect back in to the customer avatar, which is who you're looking to work with, right? So when you know exactly who you're looking to work with, and like what makes them tick, what challenges they're facing, things like that, you can actually optimize your social media posts around that. Another way to look at this too, I'm going to move on a little bit, but it's going to be completely related in the same way. Another way to look at this is, if you want maybe to work with somebody that's similar to yourself, right? What do you like to see on social media? What I see a lot of times, and I'm not going to demonstrate it here, but what I see so many times is I see people who, let me stop sharing my screen because I don't really have anything else to share with you guys right now with that. What I see on a regular basis is people literally put a photo of a gun, right? They copy paste it from like Glock.com and it says Glock, Glock 19 available. That is so fucking boring that nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to click it. Nobody's going to engage with it. And what happens is that Facebook pushes your engagement to a specific amount of people. And if it does well there, it'll push it to more people, and then more people, and then more people. But what happens is, if it pushes it to that first tier of people down here and nobody likes it, nobody comments, nobody engages with it, it's going to die right there, right? So let me go over to my whiteboard and I'll actually demonstrate that a little bit better. Let's see if I can get my little draw thing here. And I know you guys' time is valuable, so if you can't stay here the whole time to walk through this, that's totally cool. This is very important though. So I would recommend sticking around for as long as you can. I got to eat lunch and stuff in a few minutes, so this is not going to be super, much longer. But let's kind of redo what I was just saying. So when you do a post on social media, it comes out here and it's pushed to, this is just an example, right? Like 10%. Oh my gosh. I can't really right with this, but let's say this pushed to 10% of people. The numbers might be a little bit different than this, and I don't have that available for you right now, but you can look it up on how the actual algorithm works, and it changes, right? So even if I give you this number, this number might have been right yesterday, but it might be different today. If that post is good, it will push it to another 10 or 15 or 30 or whatever percent. If it does good there, it will go up another and another and another. And this is how you end up going viral, right? It continues to go up the hill, right? This is viral, right? This looks so terrible. I could type it, but this is just faster, right? This is viral. This is ideally where you want to get, but you don't even necessarily have to get there. You want to get somewhere, here where it's your ideal clients, right? Your ideal clients. You don't need 10 million views. You need 50 people that want to buy from you right now, right? Imagine getting 50 sales in one day from one social media post. That would be the ideal scenario versus like going viral necessarily, right? Going viral would be the shit. But if it's a million people that see your stuff and nobody buys from you, then who cares? It's all about making the sale. And I don't want you guys to think that like I'm only telling you to focus on the money, because it's not necessarily the money, but like y'all run a business. The business is literally there to make money. It's there to help people and make money by helping people, right? So like focus on what's going to make you the most money. If you do a shit post and it dives and nobody ever sees it, don't do that type of post again. It did not resonate with your ideal audience. So you need to figure out who this ideal clientele is, and then try out a bunch of different posts, whether they're photos, whether they're videos, whether they're how-tos, whether they're gun law stuff, whether it's politics, whether it's memes. I can't tell you what to post that's going to make you the most money. But what I can tell you is that if you find out who your ideal client is and you find out what they like and you post that shit, you are going to hit this area here where you can make the most amount of money, and you don't have to have like a viral video, right? That's mostly the gist of what I wanted to share with you guys today, right? I want you to understand that it's all about connecting your marketing and your clients in a way that they resonate together, that they click, that they're like, this is exactly the problem that I'm having. I'm going to go buy this gun, right? Or I'm going to send my gun off to have it Cerakoted here because I have a black gun and all my friends have black guns. I want a camo gun and I want to feel cool or whatever, right? Whether it's their ego, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what makes them buy. It matters that you figure it out and you connect your marketing to that on a regular basis. Okay. So that's all I got. I got like a 5-pound burrito that I'm about to go hammer. That's calling my name. I appreciate you guys. I would love to get in here more often. I'm doing the best I can to get you guys content and get you guys the best results possible. But at the same time, I'm also very active with working with our current clients that we actually work with on a paid basis to get them the best results possible. So for you guys that are in here that are watching live and things like that, I just want to tell you that I really appreciate you guys. I hope this is valuable to you, and I hope that you guys can take this content and actually apply it to what you do on a daily basis and make the changes that need to be made in your business so that you can become successful. Okay. Last thing, I mentioned this earlier. If you guys need help with this type of stuff, that's what we do, right? Maybe not 100% necessarily social media, but we do have some systems and processes in place that can really help you guys out with this if you're struggling with this. Again, though, keep in mind who my ideal client is. I'm looking to work with people who are already doing at least 10K a month. And the reason being is because you have proven that you are able to establish and run a solid business enough that if we set you up with something, if we give you the keys to the success car, that you'll be able to start that car and actually drive away with it, right? So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box below. I will get back to them and I will answer them for you. If there is any content that you feel like you would benefit from me creating some content around it, please let me know again in the comments, drop that. If you guys are on YouTube watching this, you guys rock. If you are not on YouTube and you're in the Facebook group, it's totally cool. Make sure to click over to our Facebook page and like, comment. The biggest thing would be to subscribe, right? If you subscribe, you're going to get notified when these drop. That way, if you miss it on Facebook, you'll still get the notification on YouTube. That's all I got for you guys. Again, I appreciate all of you. Looking forward to getting you guys all the biggest wins possible. I will catch you soon. Take care. Bye.